Oh, we're back.
Let's see. With how scuffed
We're
this has been, I'm
back.
going to check the tape on YouTube.
Yeah, go for it. Ooh, feels good.
He's back on
It
Ocftv.
does.
It's been what, like 7 months?
7 to 8 months, somewhere right around there.
It does feel a little weird not sharing the couch. The small little fucking couches.
You don't want to be cramped in the same room, way too tiny.
No
No,
AC.
I'm enjoying having a nice little chair here. Yeah, some solid AC in the house. Not having to worry about
That's
the
true.
fan.
Oh,
Now it's muted. It's muted. We're back. The scuff spot is officially back.
Oh, it only took us 55 seconds.
Was it
Hey.
It was.
it would have been like 10 seconds a few months ago. Little improvements.
You're right. It took 7 to 8 months to get the improvement that could have taken a solid 45 seconds. Oh, wait. I made this little, for the people that are listening after on audio, you don't get to see it, but we got lower thirds.
Oh.
Welcome back. We're in.
Welcome back, boys.
That's
girls. If there's anybody out there watching right now, chat, welcome back. We missed y'all. It's been a long 7, 8 months away. But life happens sometimes and we move. I know.
We do move.
At least for me, I got engaged, so that was a big thing that
Oi.
happened.
Yes, sir.
The time off. So, like we said, life happens. Well, sometimes, other things become priorities, but we're back and ready to roll.
New season is about. We have our times, right? Some good, some bad, but we're back and we're alive, and that's all that matters, Bryce.
Yeah, just working, grinding, trying to make money. Might as well do it when I'm young. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I found the chat. We're on a new little streaming service here. Frozen says maybe a live reaction to 500 subs on the cards. Do we hit 500 subs?
Shoot.
Oh, I can do this too. Hey.
There you go.
There we go.
YouTube says $4.99. Someone hit the sub button.
If you're new here, go ahead and hit that sub button. Just do it. Appreciate that.
Welcome back.
All right. Well, they didn't come here to hear about us. That's for sure.
Hell no, I wouldn't
either. Let's get back into it, boys.
What do we got on
We
deck?
haven't been here since the middle of last year, obviously, so we got a lot to cover. But let's just start with the off season, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are we thinking? How are we feeling? Made some new signings. You guys got to see some of the action in person, I believe, Zach. Bryce, I don't know if you went to that preseason friendly, but you definitely watched the preseason match against Fort Lauderdale.
Yep. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to that game, but...
So what did you see from our match against... Well, do we want to say Fort Lauderdale? And then we'll do the Montreal match first?
Let's do that first. Makes more sense.
I believe I was the only one that was able to go to the Montreal match. Closed door friendly, season ticket member only event. There wasn't really much to take away from that match. It was kind of dull in the first 90 minutes. Not much has happened. You had chances here and there. There was a bit of a scuffle between one of Montreal's center backs, and I believe it was Angulo. And then after that scuffle happened, every time Montreal center back touched the ball, he was booed. So fair enough to the season ticket members. I think it was number 17 on Montreal. So if someone wants to go do some research, there you go. Other than that, we played an extra extra 30 minutes of football that night. Just both teams agreed to get a little extra conditioning in, and then we ended up conceding 2. That was with basically what I would call our academy in. So I don't know. Montreal also made a whole team sub, but can you really take much away from that game? No, not really. Was it great to concede 2 late in a match like that? No, but it is what it is. Can't take too much away, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, first match in front of people. Mix of academy first team players getting minutes for the first time. So, like you said, it's more of a fitness test in that respect than some tactical masterpiece.
Yep.
But the next friendly was obviously against Fort Lauderdale, and that's a game that we never like to lose, look bad in, any of the above. So, Bryce, go ahead and give us your quick takeaways from that game.
So I'll say one thing. Right off the bat, you could just tell the level was like stepped up a notch. Pretty much both teams played their strongest 11s, I would say. On Orlando's side, I feel like we looked pretty good for it to be like our first action of our first team. Atuesta and Caesar, it was a very interesting thing to watch because I was scared that Oscar was going to make him like sit back more and like try to play the Cartagena role, which is not what Atuesta does best. But honestly, it looked like he was like almost as high as Ojeda was in the middle of the field when we were attacking. So that was good. I would say we looked the better team in the first half. I mean, we got the first 2 goals. And I think one thing that really stood out is Pasalic, right? This is going to be the new Cartagena. Pasalic. So he was doing a lot more like direct running behind the lines and like through the middle of the field, but he wasn't taking up space from Ojeda. And I just feel like that's going to unlock a new part of our offense, especially with Angulo running down the left, or Pasalic down the right. I think we have 2 speedy wingers that can break the back line now. And I think that's going to open up a lot of space. Moving later into the game, we kind of looked disconnected in times, especially Atuesta, Caesar, and Schlegel. But, I mean, like I said, that was our first real like action with our whole team playing close to 90 minutes. So it looked promising from what I remember.
Why wouldn't you remember all of it?
It was Valentine's Day, bro.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Nothing about a little seasoning, a little spice in it?
There's a little pepper.
Oh, pepper. All right, so we kind of talked about it a little bit through those first two preseason matches, but there are a couple of new incomings here this window. We haven't talked about it obviously yet since we haven't recorded, but we had some outgoings. A big one being the how do we want to say this?
Say it.
I'll just say the next step in the story for Facundo Torres.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, comes here, breaks our goal record, and then pieces out immediately. That's next season.
Yep.
But it is what it is. You can't fault the guy. He's doing what he feels is best for him. So once a lion, always a lion. We can't hate him. But that is a huge hole that we have to fill now. That is the most goal involvements that we've ever had, obviously, from a single player. And now we're looking for that. So we brought in 3 new signings, I think, as of yesterday or today. Rodriguez was announced, right?
That happened a little while ago, I think, right?
Yeah, Rodriguez was like our first signing.
Rodriguez
But
was our
officially
first signing.
announced.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was officially announced a while ago.
Anyway, that's just
the new guy was at I'm gonna mess up his name. The guy we drafted from Clemson,
Was it-
Gerbert or whatever. I think his name is.
Oh, isn't it the baby food brand?
No,
Gerber.
that's Sherbert, bro.
Say
Gerber.
Hold on.
Sherbert. No, it's like
Gerber.
he's French.
Gerber.
It's
That's
no,
his
no.
name.
Gerber is the baby brand.
I don't know.
Gerbet is the last name of the player, and he's French, so it's gotta be like Gervais or something.
Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert. Anyway, the two big signings for us this offseason are Pasalic and Atuesta. Bryce already kind of touched on it with Pasalic, but definitely a speedy winger. When we were watching some of his highlights and stuff like that this offseason, definitely not afraid to let one rip near post, cut in, and just have a rip right there. Something that we need. Obviously, Bryce, you hit on it. We need somebody that's able to break the back line and somebody that's not going to drift into the midfield and start taking up spaces that Ojeda likes to take up. And I think that he's going to be a good signing for us once he fully integrates into the squad.
Yeah, I think he missed a huge chance in the game against Miami, Fort Lauderdale. But it was kind of like Enrique came in the midfield to receive the ball. He played it quickly to Ojeda, and you just saw Pasalic just run straight into that gap that was left. So if there's more like that, I think it'll be a pretty decent signing for us, to be honest. He's got to find the finishing boots, though, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't have two wingers that can't finish the ball.
That sounds a little reminiscent of Chelsea.
So, obviously, I think that Pasalic may be an X factor signing for us, but I think arguably the most important signing we made this offseason after Wilder's injury is Edward Atuesta.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked very good in that friendly, according to FootMob, according to Bryce. Oh, there it is.
Are we just doing a kit reveal mid-episode?
Kit reveal mid-episode. Also, Frozen, shout out in the chat. I don't know if you saw that, Zach, but we hit the 500.
Oh,
Vamos.
son.
Boom, boom, boom.
Does that mean we can be
appreciate
monetized now? Because come on.
Super chats, anybody?
Yeah. We appreciate it
Bryce
very
hit
much.
on it.
Sorry.
Yeah, we love y'all. Keep coming back and see what we have in store for this season. It's going to be a fun one, that's for sure.
See.
Anyway, trying to remember where I was at. Atuesta, he's going to be probably the most important signing for us, especially with Wilder's injury, Lodero going. I mean, we have absolutely no depth in the midfield.
We don't have depth in the midfield, but could you argue that Pasalic kind of being the replacement for Kundo, who was kind of our goal, what am I missing? Goal involvement leader, I guess, to sound terrible. Like, could that be an argument to be more important?
No, absolutely. I think it's definitely going to be an argument between the two of them. But, I mean, we just saw in the past how different this team was when we didn't have that double pivot. We didn't have two competent midfielders. And we saw just how we got dominated every match. Or before Wilder really stepped in there alongside Cesar. So I think that it's the engine, you know what I mean? Like, the midfield is the engine of this team, and that needs to be running smoothly for Pasalic even to have a chance of living up to Facundo's stats. So
You kind of be hoping for a lot there. If you think, well, he could, but getting to what Facundo did goal involvement wise is going to be a little tough.
No, I mean, realistically, we're going to be relying on Martin Ojeda to pull the strings for us this next year.
You need Ojeda to pull some strings. You need Pasalic to be decent. You need Rodriguez to be decent. You need Angulo to step up a little bit. And then the most important one is Bryce's favorite player of all time is Luis Muriel needs to turn back into Luis Muriel.
Me?
Your favorite player,
yeah. Absolutely not. I'd rather have Kara, and I'm dead ass.
I still can't get behind that one.
At least he scored some motherfucking goals for us.
Muriel is more of a playmaker under Oscar Pereira, so he doesn't need to score the goals. He just needs to assist and make 7 passes a game.
Does he do that?
He had, what was the game where Facundo broke our all-time goal-scoring record? He came off the bench and had 2 assists. So
then what? Right back on the cheeseburgers?
No, he doesn't do cheeseburgers. He does turkey burgers.
I don't know.
No, but I mean, I agree with the sentiment that like he has to step up. We brought him in to be somebody for us, and it's the MLS, my man. Like you should be tearing this league up. I understand he's older.
Fuck you, Owen. How about that?
Go back into retirement. You know what, Owen? Maybe we will. That was it. You know what?
What?
Can you even mute your mic, or do you just have to unplug it from the headset? There he is. He found it on the restream. Maybe. Did he?
Huh?
All right.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, we're good. What do you think? We were just gonna cut it, right?
Cut what?
Owen?
Cut the pod. No.
Anyway.
Oh. Dog.
Owen, good to see you too again.
No.
What were we talking about before that, boys?
Mario, do you think he'll step into the number 10 position at all this season? Because we really don't have a true backup for Ojeda. And once Duncan comes in and Enrique has hopefully taken the next step, we can't have a DP just rotting away on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have to. I think for all the reasons you just laid out, that he's going to have to play some 10. He's the only other option we have there. I mean, who are you going to put there? Cesar?
No.
Kyle Smith, you know what I mean? Like
Janssen.
The other option is Janssen. You know what? I'd do it. The other option is throwing Atuesta in the 10, and then you have Kyle Smith playing that other CDM role in the double pivot. Does anyone really want to see that? No.
It's too defensive.
It is too defensive. We're not going to have anything to get the ball from the defensive line or the midfield into our 4 attackers. But that's just the other option. But he needs to be fit. If Oscar has this plan for him to play as a 10 and more of a midfield role, he needs to be fitter than he was last season. So he's not in the game where he had those 2 assists. Facundo broke the record. He was on for 16 minutes. The man looked like he ran suicides for 60 minutes straight. He was drenched in sweat. I mean, maybe he just sweats a lot. Maybe that's a thing. But either way, you need to be fit.
Yeah, I think this year, hopefully for him, a big thing is going to be being able to go through that entire off-season regimen. You know, like when they get back into the squad, going to Mexico with the team, integrating with the squad there, doing all the fitness stuff that we do here in Florida in the heat for months before the season starts. I think that's going to be huge for his fitness. Obviously, he was fitter at the end of the season than he was at the beginning of the season, but it's not. Well, he was a January signing anyway, but it's got to be better. There's no more excuses. We expect you to start scoring goals and assisting. Like you have to, or it's time to move on. The Muriel project has failed at that point.
$4 million a year, so you can't really have that project fail. And if you do, you either have to just fully cut ties and you got to pay him his money and move on, or you got to find a team that is willing to pay that money. And in the MLS, at least, no one is paying Muriel that much money and helping us out for what he has done. If he had provided more, maybe you find someone, but with what he has done, no shot anyone is taking that contract.
James got a point there. So Muriel's fit, but
He scored 30 in
facts.
So when I say fit, I'm talking match fitness, not physical fitness, because some people they could if you've ever watched Sunday League, you could see some people move out there. That look like they should not.
There's also a difference in how Atalanta played and how we play. He always had, in his prime, he had Duvan Zapata. I thought I muted you. I thought we had. He always played off of Duvan Zapata, or Zapata played off him. So it was a two-striker system, Cam, and then he had wing-backs. So all he had to do was maybe a little bit of link-up play towards or in their attacking third. Didn't really have to drop back, sit in the box, maybe poach a goal with those wing-backs coming in and crossing. So it's a different game. Playing as a 10 is much different than playing as a second striker, or even just with a second striker, because it's just less work to do. So he can be not as fit as he needs to be, and it makes way more of a difference here than it did in Italy.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I know for a fact we talked about this last year, him needing to play with a second striker. Did he not look better when he played alongside Duncan?
100%.
It was just the fact that it was just too many people in the midfield between Duncan, Muriel, Facundo, Ojeda. Like, I feel like that was the main issue with the two-striker look rather than...
So this is where Bryce can 100% correct us if we're wrong. But when we played with two strikers, Muriel and Duncan, I feel like when he was playing that second striker, or like he was actually playing his role instead of dropping back or not getting up and clogging the midfield, then it worked when it was a second striker. But when he didn't fully play his role, or Oscar, whichever one it was, tactically, or him just being lazy, it didn't work. Correct? Incorrect, Bryce?
Yeah, I would say correct. That's fair.
Well, I also think
I'm trying to look at it right now.
Something that we have to remember as well is it kind of comes down to, are you going to play the double pivot or are you going to play the two-striker system? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that was also something that had to have obviously been taken into consideration, is we're not going to play two strikers with Cartagena and Cesar being our only two true midfielders.
Technically, you can get away. You can get away with playing a double pivot. Technically, Atalanta kind of did it with a 5 or 3, like a 3-4-1-2. Let's say. So you got the three center backs.
We're not playing a 3-back though.
We're not, but even in Oscar's system with attacking fullbacks, you would think that would make sense. He's kind of converted into one side attacking fullback, and then the other one kind of shifts in. But like, if you want to make it work, you don't really pander to your one player to make it work around him. But if you're paying him $4 million and it's not working, like, eventually you got to try something. No?
Yeah. I mean, I can understand not wanting to completely rewrite the tactics of your team in the middle of the season for a January signing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's something to keep an eye on this year. Maybe we do see him come in the game later alongside another striker and we pull out that 10 rather than having to have him play the 10. We just take the 10 off the field, we bring in a second striker, we shift more into, like you said, that 3-5-2.
Yeah, so then that I'm trying to figure out how that would work. What, 3-5-2. So then what you still have two DMs and technically a 10, or no?
Technically a 10, or it depends on who your 10 is at that point, you know what I mean? Too, you can bring on a Kyle Smith to be that 10 late in the game defensive. I mean, you've seen it. We've seen it been done. So don't act like I'm crazy.
I
All right,
I still. All right.
but
Last thing I want to know.
I do have a question. So you see how much we're trying to figure out how it would work with Muriel here with the two
Yeah.
striker system, trying to set up all these pieces. It's obvious that we aren't set up to play with two strikers. So why do you go out and sign a DP like Muriel that's not going to fit in your system?
So
That's like one of the only problems I've had with that signing.
I feel like the Muriel signing was a panic signing because at that point in time, all the stuff with Duncan was going on. We have to remember that. The whole saga with him at Blackburn was going on at the same time the Muriel situation was going on. So I think as far as we knew, he was a Blackburn Rover. So we had to find a replacement. He was available. It's kind of like, you get to a certain point in the draft where it's best available. He was best available that we could afford, fit into our budget. So it was kind of a panic signing for me, I think, especially also now Facundo leaves this year. We don't know if he was having conversations last year around January, letting them know, like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm kind of ready to take a step away from this club. My next chapter, who knows? That's speculation, but I know for a fact the Duncan thing plays into it.
You're pretty much on. You're pretty much on the money. What I can remember is it wasn't so much panic. It was literally Duncan is a Blackburn Rover. This has kind of been a semi-plan. So we're officially going to sign Luis Muriel, and then after he was officially signed, Blackburn pulled the Rovers, and here we are with Muriel and Duncan. So it wasn't technically could it still be in like the same place it is right now? Yeah, to where he's not a great signing. Yes, but it does look worse with him and Duncan here.
Yeah.
Yeah, when one of the highest paid players, one of the highest paid players on your roster is not one of your highest producers. It's it's an issue.
Yes.
You want to read through some of chat while we've got a second?
What's going on with chat? JM says Muriel was never a smart signing. That's good. We've harped on Muriel a lot.
Yeah.
Owen says Rafael Santos. Classic. JM again says if you want Muriel to be good, gotta play two strikers. Wouldn't disagree. Alan/Stephen A. Smith says, "What up? What up? Shalom, Alan.
What up?"
And then we got David G saying, also Enrique mucked up things too. Guy caught fire on that 6 or 7 goals in a row streak and played well down the stretch and not allowing Muriel to get on the field. I'm not going to complain about it.
Nope.
No, you gotta play the hot hand, obviously. So
I also think Enrique is going to take another step this year, and it's going to be hard for even Duncan to get on. Like Duncan will definitely get his minutes, but I think Enrique is going to really solidify himself as a starter.
Interesting. So
he very well could. I mean, he's got a lot of talent. You know what I mean? He's young, and we've seen him take a step every year. I feel like he's been here. So you might not be far off in saying that he might solidify himself as a true number one at that spot.
So if you're, dear Lord, I am having trouble with English tonight. You're 1, 2, and 3 in your striker spots. Your 1, Bryce, is and Enrique.
Right now, yeah, Enrique for sure.
Then 2.
I know
If
Duncan's.
Duncan was healthy. If he was healthy.
Say, well, right now
Yeah.
you kind of have to. So
If he wasn't
I would
going
put Duncan 2, and then Robin Johnson 3, and then Muriel 4.
Muriel 4. You wouldn't put Kyle Smith at 4?
Nah, he's more of like a 10, Smithinho.
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, I think Enrique has a chance to take that step to take over Duncan for being our top striker. I wouldn't put him there yet. I feel like he's just a little bit too streaky still. We need a little bit more consistency from him. I mean, I feel like with Duncan, no matter what, as long as we get the man the ball, he's going to find a way to produce something for us. I feel like when he's not scoring for us, we don't get him the ball. That's just the simple answer. If you look at him, he's not scoring, assisting, or having, a big match for us. It's his touches, and you look at FootMob, and it's like, oh, yep, Duncan only touched the ball 12 times in 85 minutes. That's not. It's not our game.
Yeah.
It's Holland-esque.
Yeah, you got to be clinical if that's what that's what you're gonna do.
Which he is, fair to him, but also you got to redo that. What up?
Yeah.
You read. I butchered it once. I'm not going to butcher it again.
I'm not doing that.
All right, Cannata.
You got to redeem yourself.
No.
Brother, you're the one that wanted to start it, so
Get about 7 more beers in me, and I'll do it.
Saturday.
Saturday
at Fan Reacts. You got to do it.
Yep, definitely don't got to be up at 5 for work. Oh, you were talking about saying the what up, not 7 beers. I'm fine with that. I'll do that. We're good on that end. Owen says, boys, guess who's in the wall now? I'm hoping it's not you. JM says, someone has to go. Can't have Enrique, Duncan, and Muriel. If Muriel plays as a 10, technically you can have them all.
I think we will keep them all this year. All 3 of them for the next season. And depending on January, if we make any moves, then obviously all that could change. But yeah, I think after this season, one of them will end up going.
Muriel.
I believe this is in reference to the striker rankings. Glace up top, actually. Owen might have a good point.
Bro's clinical. You saw that pen from him in the friendly.
He knows what he's doing. And then we got JM saying Kyle Smith busy slinging beers and doing taxes, as he should be. As he should.
It's the off season, man. It's peak tax season right now.
Stephen A says, Zach, with the ad on there, #influencer, you're literally Stephen A. It says you. What do we got next?
Oh, next up is, I believe...
I got it right here. I'm quizzing you guys. Wow, look at you. Good shit.
All right, so this is a new segment. We're going to weekly go through. Disclaimer, betting is gambling. You're not guaranteed to make money on any of our picks, and we don't encourage gambling. If you need help, seek said help. Don't bet if you're an addict, and don't bet if you're not 21. Now, that being said, you want to make yourself some money. Here's our picks.
Don't follow these.
Fade Zach's.
Hey, fade this man's.
All right, so we're going to have a little fun with this. Obviously, we're going to throw these out here every week. People love betting and the odds and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you guys have stuff that you think you see, go ahead and throw it in chat as well. But we're gonna keep track. We're gonna keep score.
Owen, turn off the TV. Turn off.
oh, and you have to mute this for the next 10-minute segment. Anyway, Zach.
I got them in order. So the first one I have in here is Bryce's. If you want to give your reasoning and your pick, please go ahead.
So I just took a straight money line. I picked Cincinnati money line over the Red Bulls at plus 105. I mean, they are a favorite to have a chance to win the league this year. They've signed a bunch of good players, and I mean, I just don't see them losing at home opening day against the Red Bulls. So
can we go back to them being a favorite to have a chance to win the league? Like, are there only certain teams that get a chance to win the league?
I mean, no. Sometimes. Like, Toronto's not going to win the fucking league. So they don't have a chance. Do it. But no, I mean, they're favorites, so I just don't go.
What was? Do we know their opponent?
Yeah, the Red Bulls.
Red Bulls, that's right. So Emil Forsberg and that crew, they can't do anything. And then on top of that, second question: what are their odds to win? Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, Cincinnati's a damn good team, and opening day at home, sold out stadium. I just don't think they're gonna.
Red Bulls are plus 240. So you got a bit slight favor in there, decent favor. I guess for MLS, that's actually pretty decent. So you got a good little, still plus money, 10 to win. I think that's like 10.50. I believe with those odds.
Hey.
So, decent.
Look, 50 cents richer every day.
No, that would be $10.50 richer every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just don't lose the $10.
Mitch coming in here saying Toronto win the league. Okay. First of all, we got 2 to go through, and then we'll get to yours, Cannata. Owen twice. What's money line? This is why you needed to mute. Second, if a Canadian team wins the league, I'll go bald. We will hold you to that.
Clip it.
That'll be
it's in there.
Live first fan react next season. Live.
Come on, Vancouver. All right. Cannata.
All right. I am going with a player prop. I'm going with an Orlando City player. Typically don't bet on my team, so that's why player props are on the table, because I don't bet money line, spread, any of that stuff with our team. But I'm going to go with Ramiro Enrique to have 4 shots. Not on target. Doesn't have to be on target. Just 4 shots throughout the entire match. It's plus 210. I feel like that's great value for your money, for the fact that we know that he's going to be the guy that we rely on to kind of score some goals for us. And if we know anything about Ramiro Enrique, he's not afraid to let it rip. He will try the same shot from outside the box 14 times in a row, and one of them will be a banger.
I don't mind the value on it. You just have to rely on the fact that he's starting. If he doesn't start, this is in the bin.
Who's starting? If Muriel's starting, I'm walking out. Deuces.
Brother, if
Cars.
He's not starting, it does not
Cars
matter.
in the car.
I thought we were going with Galacio up top.
If he's not starting, it still doesn't matter. Brother could come on in the 95th minute and still have 4 shots before the 98th. I'm telling you.
Back-to-back corners, 2 headers, third corner. He's sitting top of the box.
Deflection. There you go. You got 5.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You are right in the fact that he just likes to rip shots. He's not afraid. And if he's playing 75 plus minutes and we're playing decently and we're getting into the opponent's defensive third, you have a chance at 4 plus shots.
Yeah, well, coming in hot. Shots, period, not shots on target. I specified that. Brother could put it in row Z. It does not matter.
What? Okay, so if we're going to read this, Owen says 4 plus shots or shots on target. So now we're going to go back to this. What does this say? Does it say 4 plus shots or does it say 4 plus shots on target?
Damn,
now we got to do
for 7
Dora.
months. Zach's still bullying Owen out here.
He's no, I'm gonna do that.
Cannata is going to be every time Enrique gets the ball. Shoot!
Yeah, brother will be at the midway line.
All right. So you a couple seconds ago said something about coming in hot. Here I am, going player prop also, not Orlando City. I feel even worse about it. I think I'd rather bet on my team than take what I am about to say. But I'm going Emmanuel Latte Loth, anytime score, plus 130. This man has taken a step down in quality of football from the championship to the MLS. He's going to start. He's going to be their new Giacomakis. He's going to score. You just know. It's easy.
You be loving all them Atlanta strikers.
Because they know how to sign players. Almada, Giacomakis, Latte Loth.
Cara.
No, see, they're even better. They were smart, and they didn't sign those two.
Oh,
who's saying what?
Got a request from Mamba's pick.
Where's Mamba? What are Mamba's picks? If Mamba comes in here and gets a pick, then we got to get Aries in here and get Aries' pick.
Oof. That's a lot of effort.
That is a lot of effort. That's why that's an easy cop out for me. Owen, what, brother? Terrible pick. When it hits, come talk to me.
Well, moving forward, I mean, obviously, when Dave is on, he'll have his picks as well. We honestly probably should have had one for him.
Yeah.
Ahead of time.
Yankees to win the World Series.
Oh, watch your profanity.
Whoa.
If I knew how to work the restream better and time you out. Put user in timeout on YouTube. I found it. I could. I'll let you off. It's the first one back.
All right. Up next. This is something we do every year. We, at the beginning of the year, go through, and we call this our season preview. We pick 5 different categories this season, and we'll go ahead and name a player for each category. And then kind of at the end of the year, we'll do our paper plate awards, which we didn't get to do this year, unfortunately. But then we'll kind of look back at what we said at the beginning of the year, what actually ended up playing out. Categories this year are MVP, Golden Boot, Young Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, or Defender of the Year, question mark?
I got a different list than you.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not looking at it. So that's what I'm trying to go off the top of my head.
So the 5 that I had from what you sent in, whatever night that happened, was our conference finish.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
League finish, Golden Boot, MVP, and Young Player of the Year.
Young Player of the Year. Yep. That is correct. I remember now. Okay. Who wants to start us off?
Which one are we doing first? Conference finish. Bryce?
Yeah. I think we will finish 4th in the conference. I was originally going to say 5th, but I don't like the disrespect the soccer-wise guys were giving us, all saying under, so I'm going to go over. Have that.
So what's your pick?
4th.
Okay. Well, you could have gone over, and you could have went like first or second.
No. I wish I could say that, but no.
All right.
All right.
Still thinking over there, trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm kind of looking at the table right now.
Mhm.
Are we going to have a better season than Atlanta, Columbus, Nashville, Miami, and Red Bulls?
Yes.
I feel like the rest of the teams in the East, we can manage to have a better season than.
Cincinnati.
I'm sorry, I didn't include Cincinnati in my list.
You put Nashville. Did you mean to put Nashville?
Yeah, Nashville's always a team that we're neck and neck with, but no,
Charlotte will
Cincinnati.
neck with, yeah.
Yeah, I feel confident that, let's say Nashville and Charlotte, that we can come ahead in the table at the end of the day. I feel like,
All right.
truthfully, it's going to end up coming down between Atlanta, Columbus, Cincy, Miami, and Union sometimes. It depends on, I don't know how many offseason signings they made.
We could find out if Philly's good or not this Saturday.
Yeah.
We do.
All right. All right.
So I'm going to go 5th in the Eastern Conference.
Well, I'd like to know that JM agrees with you. So there you go. Bryce went 4th. You went 5th. So the teams that you're thinking are good. You're saying Fort Lauderdale, Cincinnati, Columbus, Nashville. Is that what you said?
Atlanta.
Dear Lord. This might just seem pessimistic, but I'm going. Ryan, it's 5th or 6th. We're gonna finish like 2nd. I'm just gonna look like a weeb. We're finishing 6th.
I will say, based on the fact that we've lost a ton of our production and we're not sure if we've replaced it, I feel like 5th or 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th, I feel like is a realistic expectation of where we can land. Now, if these new signings come out and start lighting it up, man, like, great. I hope we finish first in the Eastern Conference. Like,
yeah, you just don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, everything's just very up in the air right now. We haven't seen a whole lot. So,
all right. So we got
league finish.
Dear Lord, if we're going 6th in the East,
Well, Western Conference.
you got LAFC, Seattle,
Galaxy are not going to be good this year.
No.
Well, because Ricky Pugh, he's out with the ACL, and then who's that one guy? Damn, the other winger.
I know here. Yeah, we looked into him for like half of a day. Paintsill, Joseph Paintsill.
Yes, he also got an ACL injury. So their attack is not looking good.
So they have the Brazilian.
Peck is class.
Peck is good.
Yeah.
Jovic, right? The striker.
Yeah. No, he got transferred to someone.
Oh, ooh. That's not great. Houston signing 2 great players in Mikey Holiday and Nico Ladero.
Yeah, he went to Sporting Kansas City. Jovic.
Oh, because didn't they lose? They lost Polito, I think.
Maybe.
I'm just gonna double my Eastern Conference finish number and go. No, I'm not. I'm going 10th. 10th in the league.
10th.
10th.
The West is ass.
So right off the bat, LAFC, Seattle, Portland wasn't great. St. Louis was FC
No.
Dallas has made some good signings. They have Lucio Acosta now. Austin's awesome. Minnesota can be decent. Portland can be decent. RSL, does RSL still have Chicho? Or is he in?
He's now on San Jose.
I don't know. Maybe San. There's going to be a surprise
No.
team in that conference.
Well, and the thing too is, like you said, the West isn't great. So the teams at the top of the West, it's just like a bloodbath. You know what I mean? Like that's how, like, St. Louis and LAFC, they get these ridiculously high season finishes is because they play these garbage teams a couple times a year, whereas we're playing week in and week out, some of the better teams.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
I'm gonna go 8 for the league finish.
Bryce?
I was also going to go 8. I was about to say 7, but we finished 9th last year. So, yeah, I don't know. That 10 spot's looking kind of good.
That's what I'm saying.
But I got us finishing 4th in the East. So that's saying 6 teams. Like, no.
In the West.
No. I guess 8. Yeah, sure. Fuck it, 7th.
Fair enough. Back in the boys. Next up, we got Golden Boot. Johnson, anyone?
How long is Duncan out for?
He should be back late April.
What are we in? February, March, April, May. Wait, so we got.
You got like 2 months out.
Mid-May.
Which is, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
While y'all are thinking, FanRex will be back frozen. Just letting you know. There you go. All right.
I'm gonna just come out here and I'm gonna say Ojeda.
That's interesting. I just think he's going to be more of a provider than he is a finisher. Unless, who takes over on penalty duty? Because that's actually a question. If Acuna's gone, who takes Pence?
Mario.
I'm trying to think
if
back
he's on
to
the field.
I don't know. I wish we would have seen. Oh no, they were probably all subbed off. I was gonna say I wish we could have seen penalties against Fort Lauderdale and they didn't just cancel. But they're all
up. They're fucking pussies.
Yeah.
And Messi can't play in snow.
Bryce, you said Ojeda.
I'm gonna say Ojeda. Though I just feel like with 2 direct wingers, he's gonna have a lot more space at the top of the box, and he does have a boot on him, so I feel like he's just gonna have a little bit more space around the top of the box, and he might. And if he's our penalty taker, that will just make it more of a case.
I'm gonna go.
You're gonna take my guy, and I know it.
I'm gonna go Big Dunk. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, interesting.
I think Dunk comes back in May and has got something to prove, and comes back, and we see the reemergence. I'm was in between 3. I'm interested to see who you say.
I think this is the other one. So if your 3 was Ojeda, Duncan, and then the guy that I'm going with that is Ramiro Enrique, you'd be right. I think with all the talk about, of course he's going to start. If he doesn't start, whatever you said you're going to do. Like if he is going to be our starting striker, and he plays well, and then he can cement his place as that starting striker before Duncan comes back, then it's going to be a little bit harder for Enrique to lose that starting job, which just equals more minutes for him. He can tally more goals. He can hit more player props for 4+ shots a game, and then the more shots you take, the more goals happen. So just in the logic of he's going to be our starter at the beginning, if he cements his place, it's Enrique.
Yep.
What do we got? Passless over under 10 goals. So just to make it easier, I'm setting this at 9.5.
Under.
I'm taking under. That changes to over if he's our penalty taker.
I feel like he'll score 7.
7. So that
7, and I say like 7 to 7, 14 goal accomplishment, 7 goals, 7 assists.
Wouldn't be a bad first season.
Would be an all right first season.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this would also be our golden boot. Muriel eats chicken and rice. He drops 20. Bulking season for Muriel. Owen, I'm skipping your thing. Actually, I'll give it a little tease, and then boom, gone. Duncan making $1 million plus. He better score. It's just coming back from the injury. No, am I wrong? Is it shoulder or knee? Shoulder. So that's easier to come back from than a knee.
Correct.
He should have been back already, but it's okay.
MVP.
I was going to say the MVP for last.
Okay, that's fine.
And then go young player. Which we consider 23 and under or under 23?
23 and under.
Yeah.
Okay. Time to pull up the squad list.
Yep.
So I got 2 right off the bat.
I know exactly.
Actually, I'm. All right.
I'll go ahead and start us off. I'm going to take everybody's,
my guy.
I think.
I'm going to slap you.
And I'm going to go drive your ass over here and do it then, because I'm going Alex Freeman.
Fuck, bitch.
But he clearly just beat out Mikey Holiday for the RB2 spot. So,
all right.
Best of luck to Mikey. I love the guy. I think he's got some decent potential. But Alex Freeman, he's going to be my young player of the year.
Before you say anything, Bryce, I'm taking one that I think y'all just overlooked the hell out of, and it is Ramiro Enrique sitting at 23 years old. You're just mad that Alex Freeman got taken, and then I saw that, and now you're going to be stuck with Colin Gusky. No offense, great player, but he's not going to play any minutes.
I'm not mad, actually.
Sorry, Colin, that was unnecessary.
No, so my thinking for me is I can't really be picking Duncan for my golden boot and Ramiro Enrique for young player of the year. You know what I mean? Because the only way that Duncan wins the golden boot is if Enrique doesn't do what we expect him to do.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to go young player of the year, Oscar Pereira.
Oh, that's a rogue pick, but I respect it. Early bald spot for him, though. Didn't expect that from him this early.
That's why I see the potential.
Fair. Bryce.
All right.
It's fine.
Well, y'all left me with no young players that will actually get minutes. So I'm gonna just go our new signing, Rodriguez. I don't think he'll start probably at all, but he will get some minutes off the bench. And what he can do with...
Go ahead, continue and then answer that.
I mean, he was talented. He's fast. He's 20 years old. They're calling him the Colombian Wonder Kid in some places. So who knows? You give him a few chances to come off the bench, he shows what he got, and it's not for sure that Paslic's gonna be our starter. We would hope so. But if he's not and Nicolas Rodriguez comes in, takes the spot, then there's the young player. I also want to give a shout out to Gustavo Caballo, the 16-year-old that came on in the second half against Inter Miami. Looks so fucking good, bro. At 16 years old doing that. I don't think he'll play a lot, but Brett, stop looking with your fucking eyes, bitch.
Pause.
Yeah, you said it, not me.
I
You said I haven't seen a 16-year-old look that good.
I did not say that, Brett. What the fuck?
So to answer Frozen's question,
Fuck you.
no, he's not going to replace Angulo. He's going to replace Pasalic over there. He also plays central midfield, right mid, so he could also be playing in the midfield for Cesar, Atuesta, Ojeda. We don't know exactly where he's going to be utilized most, obviously, but we would be willing to bet it'd be for Pasalic out there on the right wing.
I pray we do not put him in midfield.
Same.
He is little. He will get ran through. Stop, bro.
I understand.
Everything I say, you're going to fucking lift up your stupid ass eyelids.
I will just say, do not forget that we used to play Yuri Rosell in the midfield.
Oh, what a waste.
Hey.
That man moves slower than you on the pitch. I don't want to hear it.
Slower than me on the pitch, dog. Come on.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay. So I went Enrique, Bryce went Nicolas Rodriguez, and you went Alex Freeman. Third. Now we move on to the big one and the most valuable player of the season.
Pasalic.
Is that actually who you're going with?
No. Owen keeps asking who our right wing is.
But how many times was it just said talking about the game?
Oh, shit.
For the audio listeners, Bryce's camera's just gone. Okay, let's get it.
Okay.
Are we back?
MVP. Oh, he's gone again.
Are we good?
Okay, never mind. I can't.
Okay.
We got through a good hour.
Yo, pull it together.
MVP, go ahead.
MVP. Oof. I feel like there's only one right answer here. It's Kyle Smith.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. We love Kyle. But it's going to be Ojeda for me. He's got to step up. He's got to be the provider. He's got to be the guy that links everything together. So, I'm saying Ojeda.
It is going to be interesting to see how Ojeda now plays without Facundo wanting to be on the ball, just on the pitch, and then maybe Muriel coming off the bench. So he does have the chance to just be almost a free roaming 10 and have the creative freedom that I guess it almost looks like he's wanted the whole time. So that could be a good shout. Bryce, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I mean, my Golden Boot winner, Ojeda. I don't think he's only just going to score goals. I think he's also going to probably be our leading assist guy too. So it's kind of a cop out with Ojeda copying, but I mean, truly what I saw in the Inter Miami game and saw how he was playing in that game and how much space he had finally in the number 10 that was only his space. I like what he did. And I'm pretty sure I told you all that during the game. I was like, I think Ojeda's going to take that next step. So
I think, I mean, if he's going to be our leading assist guy, like you said, then that's it. Not our assist leader or our top assister, our leading assist guy.
no, our leading assist guy.
I love the insight, Bryce.
You're welcome.
I think I said to you guys during the game. I was a little peppery, but
A little peppery.
a little peppery. I am going the opposite end of the pitch. You could make the argument that it's a cop out, but I just don't think it will be. I was going to decide between Robin Janssen and Pedro Galese, and I decided. Well, I guess I am deciding on, and I decided on Pedro Galese. I think he kind of regressed a tiny bit last year, and then the form started to pick up at the end of the year. So I'm saying he's coming back as full Pedro Galese, makes some insane saves, and he's going to be a keeper that wins us points instead of being a Robert Sanchez and loses us points, which could be invaluable towards the end of the season and placing of the playoff seeds. So that's what we're taking. Taking Pedro.
Why? Why did you have to bring that fucking melon into this conversation?
Because I wouldn't take him at Orlando City. I wouldn't take him at Orlando City B.
He's going to be the first person out on the boat with Oscar if Oscar starts fucking around this season.
Can we just comment or highlight Owen's second comment that he put in there?
Oh. It's just, I don't know if it's Pedro's last year. I know it moved up as I clicked on it.
Insight?
I was like, what is it for?
Insight? I know that's a $5 word, Owen, but
I just not friends.
Nah, but you saw what Pedro did to Messi when he tried to chip him in the game. I also said I think we got 2020 Galese back. That boy was a menace.
Mm-hmm. He was.
I feel like he's got something to prove this year. So I hope we get 2020 Pedro back.
I mean, he wants to. I mean, obviously he's still Peru's number one, but coming up on the World Cup year next year, probably want to have a good season in the tank. So I fucks with it. Good job.
So we got Galese MVP, Ojeda MVP, and Ojeda MVP.
Correct.
And then I'm saying Dave actually would have taken Kyle Smith. So we're keeping Kyle Smith for Dave. Riley,
Yes.
how's it going?
Well,
yeah, I know. I'm getting there. If you're going to try and talk shit, talk your shit correctly. You dumb piece of shit.
That was hostile.
My last name spelled incorrectly, and Kesser Zach.
Owen with a class comment here. Favorite brand color? We'll get back to this comment when Dave's back on the pod.
Mm-hmm. And Owen, just to update you, it's not crayons anymore. We're adults around here.
Mm-hmm.
It's pens now.
G2 pens are the best pens around.
No shot. I'm telling you,
Sharpie
as somebody who uses pens all day, every day, Sharpie pens are GOAT.
Pen thoughts, Bryce?
Huh?
Pen thoughts, please.
I like the brown ones that you twist. I use them every day for my job. The UPS branded pins. Those are my favorite pins. All right.
Nice plug.
Are we gonna do this
Are
for
you-
everything I say?
No.
Are
You fuck.
Are you on that Ronaldo contract, or I'm sorry, that Neymar contract that you just mentioned UPS, and they just
Bump up the
Yeah.
price.
That's how I get my days off.
All right. Well, moving on to the last thing that we have to talk about here. It's been a good hour and 10 minutes.
Mm.
Sorry for everybody watching. We've got to switch the charger over to the laptop, or I'm just going to disappear at a random point.
Oh, I didn't even think of plugging the camera in.
Match preview. Philadelphia Union, 7:30 p.m. on Saturday here at home at Co Stadium.
Yes.
Boys, what are we thinking?
This could go one of two ways. It's kind of ironic in me saying this. This team could either be gelled already, or this team could need to do some gelling. Lost a bunch of pieces, brought in a couple new pieces. Does that mean give them 3/4 of the season to gel? No. That means give them maximum 10 games to gel, and we'll find out where we are. So this is the first game. Who knows what's going on with Philly? Who knows what's going on with us truly? Because all we've seen is friendly matches so far. So this is kind of the first game to find out exactly what is going on, and kind of see maybe 20% of what we could see the rest of the season.
So, a couple of talking points provided to us by FootMob. Orlando City have won our previous 2 outings against the Union. And then the Union finished last year on a bit of a slide. They lost their final 5 games of the season. So, obviously, that doesn't really mean much coming into a new year, but it could either be served as motivation or some bad habits that have kind of crept in and may continue over. I'm going to lead on to that they're kind of pissed off at how their season ended last year, and they're going to come in, trying to prove something. The last thing that I have is that the season or the all-time series between us is tied dead even right now at 8 wins apiece and 6 draws.
Okay.
Heard. So, one thing to go on your point of them coming into this season pissed off a little bit, they did let go of Jim Curtin, their head coach for years. And they brought in this new guy, Bradley Carnell. I guess he coached at St. Louis before this and coached them into their worst. I mean, they've only been in the MLS for 2 seasons, but they finished 24th under this guy. So I think he's going to bring in a different system than we are used to seeing playing Philadelphia, like the 4-4-2 diamond, right? Yeah. So I don't know what to really expect, but I don't see them really finding their groove, Philadelphia, until a few games into the season.
I haven't paid attention to anything Philadelphia in the offseason. Probably should have a little bit, knowing that they were our first game, but the Eagles won the Super Bowl. It's the most Philly I have for you.
Fair.
So, they did make 2 signings this offseason. Their signings are Jovan Lukic from Spartak Subotica. He was a $610K signing. So, more of a depth signing there. But their big signing that they made this past offseason is Bruno Diamiani from Nacional. He is a striker for a 3.3 million euro fee. at Boston River. He's 22 years old, so young. At Boston River on loan, he had 34 appearances, 13 goals at Nacional. He had 20 appearances, 2 goals the season before that. And that's about all we have for him. It's a Uruguayan national team up here, so he played in their camp in May through June of 2024 last year. So they've brought in a new striker. They brought in a new coach. They're trying to establish a new identity this season, obviously. So it's gonna be interesting. I agree that we're gonna have to definitely be doing some feeling out in the early stages of this match because it's probably tactically going to look a lot different than what we're used to.
Yeah, it could be a very messy first 15 minutes. It could be one of those games where the crowd starts to groan. It's boring, blah, blah, blah. But every player is rusty. So we're just going to understand these guys are coming off an off season. We haven't played a true match since the Eastern Conference Final. Philly hasn't played since who knows when. So kind of, again, feel the game out. Again, tactics are going to be messy. So everything is just going to be kind of shambles. But it's the first game of the season, so let's let them figure it out. And then we can go from there.
Notable outgoings, I will say. Jack McGlynn to Houston.
That didn't happen.
I forgot about that.
That's what I'm saying. Houston could be building a squad. Holiday, Ladero, Jack McGlynn.
And Brandon Craig
Whoa.
to Montreal.
That's
That's a what?
That's a team. Holiday, McGlynn, and Ladero.
Mm-hmm. It is a team, right?
Shaking in my boots.
Okay. They don't have Karski anymore, though, so. Pretty sure they don't. Oh, yeah. They signed Junior Urso, too.
Yeah. Karaskia's playing at Pumas now.
That's right. That's where he went.
I don't see a lot that Philadelphia's brought in that's going to fix a whole lot. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. Or I'm right. We'll find out Saturday.
Yeah, we will. We got less than 72 hours.
So this is an article that was posted on MLS.com. It's what to expect from every new coach in the MLS this upcoming season. This is a little blurb on Philadelphia Union's coach Bradley Carnell. Philadelphia Union general manager Urs Tanner wants his team to press. That's part of why Jim Curtin was let go of this offseason. It's also part of why Carnell has arrived to take his place. As we commit to getting back to our identity as a team, his approach emphasizes a high press style of play, Tanner says of Carnell. Former St. Louis City manager helped turn the recent expansion team into one of the league's most aggressive pressing outfits. There's every reason to expect that Carnell will help steward Tanner's tactical vision for the Union, transform them in the highest pressing team in the Eastern Conference, either out of a 4-2-2-2 or a 4-4-2 diamond.
So they'll play the same.
They'll play this. Well, they'll get back to playing how they used to play.
Yeah. The menace teams that we grew up watching.
Yeah. I was going to say that could spell trouble for us because we were never truly able to deal with Red Bulls up until the last year or two. And Red Bulls is press, and then press again. And then if you're tired, do it one more time. So Go ahead.
I do think the acquisition of Atuesta is really going to help us out a lot when it comes to dealing with press. I mean, it's just I completely forgot this, but there was plenty of times in the game where he would get pressed by Miami players, and he would just turn out of it really quick and just spray a ball and find someone. And and just like open up the whole other side of the field. So
yeah, I mean, having a midfielder that's press resistant is kind of vital, especially when you're playing against a team, obviously, like Philly or Red Bulls, and are just going to press you the whole time. So, yes, the acquisition of him is kind of key in this scenario.
Definitely. I mean, we're gonna find out how composed we are very early. They're gonna try to jump on us very early, right out the gate, honestly, and try to cause some chaos and jump out to an early lead. So that's where teams like that are going to thrive, was when you're chasing a game and you're exposing yourself a little bit more. That's that's when these high press teams are really going to take over the game. I mean, I would say that we've figured out how to deal with high press teams, but that was an old team at this point. Facundo not being here now, and Cesar being, I'm sorry, Wilder being out of the lineup is going to be a huge hit to our confidence in building from the back and dealing with these high press. So will be very interesting to see how we cope with that early. I mean, hopefully we ride out that first 10, 15 minutes and get some composure, and then we can put some pressure on them.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. The Atuesta acquisition just is even more crucial now. Or not crucial. It's been a long day. Is even more beneficial, let's go with at this point. Just to have him in that midfield presence that has experience playing in this league, playing in Brazil, and just knowing how to play out of those tight situations. Because we can break out of their initial press, and then we can find, if Nicolas Rodriguez is on the pitch, speedy, Angulo, speedy, even Pasalic. I haven't seen a true breakaway speed yet, but just find that release after that first wave of the press could be pretty key.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guess we're going to find out a lot more about who Philly's going to be this next year on Saturday. Obviously, there's not a whole lot that. I mean, we could sit here and tell you guys what we think they're going to do, but it would all be speculation. So there's really nothing to preview about them. Nobody knows who they're going to be. I mean, truthfully, it's all speculation. I mean, pretty good feeling that if they want to become a high pressing team, if their general manager wants that, and they brought in somebody that's known for high pressing, willing to bet that they're going to come out and press the shit out of us. I put my money on that. Put that in for my pick of the week. Philly to press or City in first 30 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to be a fit team. They're going to be very fit.
I see it now. They're going to come out, press the fuck out of us for 30 seconds. Atuesta's going to find a ball over the top to Pasalic. And Pasalic's going to square it back, and Ojeda's going to score in under a minute.
Under a minute. Okay.
Put it in the bet. Lock.
I love
That's
it. I would go mental if that happened. My problem is, our concern is that we're not going to be able to replace Facundo's goal involvements. So we're going from that being our main concern to now us scoring in under 2 minutes in our first match back.
And then you know what's going to happen once we score that early?
Just concede immediately.
Well, it's either going to be concede immediately, or we're going to watch the most dire game of football in a Poppy special of our lifetime.
Poppy jumps out to a 1-goal lead in the first minute. He's like, "That's it, Kyle."
There you go. Before we head out, there was this from Frozen earlier. Brekalo or Schlegel to start with Janssen. It should be Brekalo, no. Seems like the obvious answer, unless there's something to training and he's just horrific. But how bad do you have to be to not start over Schlegel?
Yeah. It's got to be Brekalo, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm not there every day at training, so I don't know. What I do know is that Schlegel is named as one of the vice captains of this team. He had the armband for the friendly against, who did we play from Brazil?
Atletico
Mineiro.
Mineiro. Yeah.
So all signs are pointing towards the fact that Schlegel will be alongside Janssen. I don't know what it is that Brecalo did to fall out of favor. I don't know why we would have spent the money to sign someone with so much promise to sit them on the bench.
Oh,
Is he
wow. It's like
dealing with an injury that we don't know about?
we've done that with Brecalo and Heingickling Bruseth, who just came in for 1.1 million or something. Didn't see a singular minute in the first team, and then was shipped off to San Diego in the expansion draft. So we lost him for free, spent $1 million on him. What kind of business was that?
Yeah, that was crazy. Hein really came here for a beach holiday.
He really did. Said, stay fit, go live in Orlando, go to Disney, go to Universal, go ride Hagrid's, and then so yeah.
Yeah, that was not good business at all.
Wasted it all.
Also, never mind.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Fuck MLS.
Okay.
Bro, you know the Apple TV shits? They're supposed to be customized. Not for the ones we buy. It's only for the players. That's my fucking red card. Fuck them.
Dave's dickhead of the week, Don Garber for Bryce.
See.
No,
Forgot about that.
I'll make my Dave's dickhead of the week Fanatics. Just because I'm tired of them having a monopoly on sports apparel and sucking dick at being the only company to provide sports apparel. I'm so tired of ordering shit from them and it coming in wrong. I'm tired of ordering stuff from them and having the expectation that the custom logos are going to be on the sleeve, and then all of a sudden it shows up and it doesn't have it. I mean, thank God that I'm not one of the people that have ordered a kit and then like a Miami one has shown up, because honestly, I might have just flown to their distribution center and just destroyed the entire thing.
I would crash out.
I spent $170 to get this fucking messy kit delivered at my house. Yeah.
If we're going through Dave's dickhead of the week, do you want to go?
Is yours another Monopoly?
Oh, I forgot who I was going with. I was on a roll, and then you were like, "Well, no, now I don't." Who was?
Shit.
No, I got it. It's not another Monopoly. I got it. Okay, my Dave's dickhead of the week is whatever production assistant, wardrobe person decided to put a white collar shirt on Yvonne Angulo and then say, put the kit over it, and tease everybody with a white collared kit. And then it shows up with the white Apple TV logo, no white collar. It would have looked so class with a white collar, but no. Let's just have him wear an undershirt that's a collar with a long sleeve Adidas collar. Who does that?
So I feel like you should redirect your Dave's Dickhead of the Week to Adidas for not putting the collar on the kit, but clap up the production assistant or whoever decided to let Angulo put that collar on to throw some mad shade at Adidas for being like, hey, look, we did your job better for you, and all it took was minimal effort.
You raise a fair point. So then we're going Adidas is Dave's Dickhead of the Week, and then we're going production assistant, fair play. Get over to Adidas. You got a job waiting for you.
I will say, I'll tag along to that. My second Dave's Dickhead of the Week will be whoever designed our kit, because I'm sorry, I know people love it, but that design should have never made it off of the concept floor. That is ADD on a jersey.
I feel like I could make it in Canva. That like if you look up whatever that design is called, you look it up. I could put it on a shirt and print it. I could do it.
Now, hopefully it grows on me, but it's definitely not going to grow on me with the fact that we have 16 different color purples in
Oh
our
my
home kit.
god.
Bro,
Dude, the socks
different
make
colored
it.
purple socks.
The socks are fucking bad, dude.
It's just not great.
No,
Not
it
great,
looked
though.
better with the white shorts.
Very much so. I do the white, the clean bright white and the Adidas striping looks nice, but nah. Other than that, it's just nah.
I mean, yeah, I like the idea behind it, like the Eye of the Storm or whatever it's called. I forget.
The
Hurricane
perfect
Storm.
storm when
Perfect
when the
storm.
East Coast and the West Coast storms collide in Orlando. It creates the perfect storm. Also, this kit's gonna be cursed. We're gonna have so many rain delays. We're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, they tried to use a hurricane for marketing scheme, and
Poseidon's just gonna be like, you don't get to use that. That is my thing.
good to have you back too, Jim.
Of course, Owen likes a kid.
I saw that. Not surprised in the slightest. Look, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but for me, like, to have the banger that we did with the away kit last year, like, I was hoping that, like, okay, like, they're gonna put a little effort in. You know, we're gonna start getting better kits here in the MLS, and sure enough, we're back to training tops.
Oh, we are.
At least there's like something going on. A lot of teams are just
Yeah, that's fair.
nothing.
I think it was St. Louis just looks like a copy paste red kit.
I have another Dave Stickhead of the week, and it goes to Ticketmaster. Stop taking my fucking money. Why am I paying you fucking fees and shit? Fuck off. Let me go back up to the box office and buy a fucking ticket for the price that it should be. Boom.
I'm pretty sure you can't.
Mic drop.
There still is a box office.
Yeah, but they're run through Ticketmaster. They're a fucking monopoly.
All right,
They'll charge you fees too.
My second, since we're all going to Dave's Ticket of the Week. I'm also going Ticketmaster, but I'm going for another reason. Because every time I log in, I check that box that says "Remember me." What does it not do? Remember me. How many times in a year do I have to reset my password because I expect it to remember me and I don't write it down? Too many. Just remember me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I feel like that's a good way to end it off.
Correct.
All right.
Correct.
Tribute to Dave since he couldn't be here today. We'll hopefully be here on the next one.
Would hope so.
Well, I will say, definitely appreciate everybody that came in here tonight, that interacted with us, whether it was for a little while, whether it was for the whole time. Doesn't matter. It means a lot to us that you guys just hopped right back in and believing in us and supporting us as soon as we kind of hop back in on this. I know I speak for the other guys, but we really appreciate everybody that's stuck around. It's the best thing Owen said all night.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna leave it up there for the end of the
Facts.
I feel like it's a good way to end it.
Yeah. But if you like what you heard here today, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell because we will be going live weekly Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So you want to get notified when we start to go live. Obviously, if there's a midweek match, we'll figure out what's going on with that. Be sure to come see us outside of Gate C this Saturday for the first Fan Reacts of the new year. Everybody come out. Everybody give Zach a hard time. He's missed you all.
Hell no.
Yes, he has.
You've
You've missed it.
So
Bring out the roaches.
yeah. Only when Red Bulls play.
Well, hopefully we will see you all on the next one, and hopefully it's after 3 points on Saturday. We appreciate everything, and see you on the next one.